No fewer than 9 security operatives were wounded when the members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria, Shiites, invaded the National Assembly. Bystanders at newsstands on Flip TV with Michael Adekunle. Let's check out what we have on the front page of Daily Independent newspaper. Very sad story here. Shiites invade National Assembly. 9 policemen injured. Cars burnt. Shiites invade National Assembly. 9 policemen injured. Cars burnt. With a rider here. Assembly on lockdown. Protesters feared killed. 40 arrested. Assembly on lockdown. Protesters feared killed. 40 arrested. IGP orders 24-hour surveillance on FCT environs. Warns troublemakers not to test the will of state. Okay, another story here. Wadi approves immediate promotion of top army officers. 2 feared dead as police youth clash in River State. Okay, Article 1 in Katsina, witness tells tribunal. Article 1 in Katsina, witness tells tribunal. Reps raise panel to investigate Edo Assembly crisis as anti-Obaseki lawmakers storm National Assembly. On to the next one. Senate decries suicide rate, 6 ban of sniper insecticide. Senate decries suicide rate, 6 ban of sniper insecticide. Lawmakers want death penalty for rapists. Let's move to another story. Southeast governors restate opposition to Ruga settlement. Recommend transportation of cattle by trailers. Okay, Dizani finally forfeits Port Harcourt property to federal government. Dizani finally forfeits Port Harcourt property to federal government. You can see a picture here, very tragic picture here. The police and members of Islamic Movement of Nigeria, also known as Shiites, on Tuesday clashed at the National Assembly, Abuja. Some police injured, cars burnt down. You can take a look at the picture closely. All right. These are the stories we have on the front page of Daily Independent newspaper. We have our reviewer set. Let's join them. I'll be right back. Members of the Shiites invaded the National Assembly. So we just want your own contribution on it. Don't you think this is a dent on the security of Nigeria?
I don't want to say anything, but I would like to say something.
All right.
It's a mess to the country. Because I wonder the reason why the National Assembly should be gathering on a daily basis without giving a reasonable solution on how the country should be moved forward or giving justice. Or, there are justice that should not be even delayed. You understand? There have been delaying a lot of things. And there is an extent which you can push or you tell somebody to exercise percent. There is a limit it can get to, then it will not explode. Just like when the car of a bonnet is overheating. If you didn't know how to open the bonnet, it will flash the hot water on you. This is what that just took place yesterday. So I don't want to blame the Shiites. If you should interview their leader, you should be the man. I can see some element of righteousness or what he's trying to tell, being our president, what he should do and what he should do, what he should do and what he should not do. So, being our president, there are some certain things which this man's Ezekiel says, which is against. And that is the reason why he's inside this condition, or which the followers did not support it, and they want their leader to be released. And if this time, if the leaders cannot be released in time, they can take this kind of action. And this is just the starting point.
Don't you think Exazaki should be released at this point in time?
Yes, I support. I think so that he should be released. I should be released. While I was about crossing the main road, I said either the president like it or not, that Nigeria is likely to split. It's not really because of this issue. This is just one part of it. This is just one part of it. So,
Look at the Nigerian police. Look at the Nigerian police.
That's just that.
Buhari behind all this thing. Let us say the truth.
It's Buhari that caused this.
Fulani herdsmen who know sabi right today carry AK-47. Who buy it? Nigeria. Say the truth. It's a Buhari. Now Buhari bam. Let us say the truth. Bible says say the truth and the truth has set you
Set
free.
That is why we
Now
are
Buhari
in
bam.
darkness, because we refuse to say the truth.
Yes.
People refuse to speak the truth. Those who know how to speak the truth, they refuse to say the truth. They hide it just because they don't want.
Cattle bearers is it not a business? Is it not a personal business?
Yes. It's a personal
But
business.
President bring 36 billion. Instead, Greenland will give them 1 billion.
How much country the business bring into federal
There's no money.
Can 36 billion buy one human life?
You see him?
Can 36 billion buy human life?
You know,
They
if
should
you
go
pay
and ask
market.
Buhari. Can 36 billion buy human life?
Buhari.
Can he make you life?
Look at Nigerian police.
The whole Nigeria police made up like this.
And he never arrest only one person. Yeah?
Yeah, he was saying that
I-
Saraki did not allow his government to work. Now Saraki has left. Now we are in the worst state.
Yes.
Hmm?
So is this like
We are in the worst state now. Nigeria is going down.
Nigeria is a first stage already?
Right from the time I born, I've been hearing my father say Nigeria is going to work, Nigeria is going to better, Nigeria is going. Up to today, we are going into the pits where Nigeria cannot come out. Let's break this country. Let everybody go. Where will the changes come? Why from the head there is no changes? So will the change start from the down?
If the head is corrupt,
If the head is corrupt, the whole body is sick. The head said is sick. The head is dead. So the whole body as well is dead. Eh? So Nigeria has become a first state where people cannot live confidently. You cannot close your eye and sleep
human life is not
confidently and wake up in the morning. Eh?
For these people to have invaded National Assembly, don't you think we are in trouble?
We are in a big trouble.
Because I don't think there's security in Nigeria.
There is no security. Last year, a senator, a whole senate, deputy senate, a criminal invaded the National Assembly and go away with the mask. Eh? Is there a security there? And this one happened. Where is the security? A whole criminal invaded the National Assembly and go away with the mask. Eh? And today is a deputy senate. Tell me the government that is fighting corruption. Is he fighting corruption? Why are you using corruption to surround himself? The corruption itself is the seat that is he sat on the corruption. Eh? So my brother, there's no security in this country.
What can you contribute to?
Pick arm and protect himself. That's it.
What can you say about what this man just said?
The best thing for the president to resign.
To resign.
To resign. So that Nigeria can have peace.
And do you think it's possible for him?
If it is not possible, it's not bigger than the country. He didn't elect himself. It's the people that elected him, isn't it? One man cannot be bigger than a whole country. A country will give order. He will disobey it. And you are the head. I expect the follower to obey the court. When we have 3 arms of government, there's a person of power. So Buhari now is a senate, is an executive, is a legislator, is a judiciary. Judiciary can no longer do their work. Legislator can no longer do their work without the president interfering. Since 1999, we have been under democracy. We are not witnessing such a thing in Nigeria. This is the worst. Even though they will see some lapses in other previous government, but this is the worst I have ever seen since I was born.
Invasion of National Assembly.
Yes, by somebody who calls himself a lawmaker, and the same person is now a deputy senate president, and you think things will work well. It doesn't work that way, my brother. Look at yesterday what happened in National Assembly. Where are the security? If the so-called lawmakers in quotes can be attacked, what happened to the common man on the street? Somebody will come and invade a whole village and spend 6 hours, no security. And every year we budget billions of naira for security. Where is the money going?
So don't you think at this point in time, at this junction, the leader of the Shiite movement should be released? Because it seems this is getting out of hand.
Buhari should obey the court order and release their leader. That is the cause of this thing now. If that man had been released, he won't witness all these things. The same thing happened to Zasuki. That, for Christ's sake, we have constitution in this country, which is Buhari swore by oath that is going to obey the constitution. And those who is the head of this constitution is the judiciary, who will say, look at how this is done. They are the one who interpret the law for us. So they tell you this is a bailable offense. Leave this man. This man can come to court from his house, and you say no. So what else do you want? You want trouble in the country, and we are seeing the trouble. If the common man cannot be saved, what is the primary duty of any government? To safeguard the life and the property of the citizen. That's the number one. And today, people are being killed like as if they are foul in the whole Nigeria, not even in the whole Nigeria, especially the Fulani herdsmen. No one has been arrested. No one has been persecuted. On that, we want people to give them their land, and the killing continue. Other people do their private citizen for goodness sake. If you go to the east, you go to the southwest, you go to the south side, even some part of the north, there are people who are rearing other animals.
People will say shout, they are Nigeria. The leadership of National Assembly, then we have been saying for the past, Saraki is our big problem. Today, Saraki is not our problem. This assembly now, the current National Assembly don't know what they are doing. There is no security in Nigeria at all. For this shout to invade National Assembly, it's a big shame to Nigeria and Africa as a whole. It's a big shame to Nigeria and Africa as a whole. For this common shame to invade the National Assembly. Nigeria, we have no security. Nigeria, we have no security at all. The country has failed. Our party, APC, have failed Nigeria. The president don't know what he's doing. Right now, Mr. President don't know left and right. For example, look at the whole world watching Nigeria. National Assembly, it's a disgrace.
Now, what do you think is the grievances of these people?
Is that their leader should be released immediately.
That's ex-Azaki.
Yes, Azaki too should be released immediately.
And don't you think it's long due?
It's long due. It's overdue. This man should be released immediately and let peace reign in Nigeria. The president should consider immediately to release this man and let peace reign in Nigeria.
Now let's move down to another story. Southeast governors restate opposition to Ruga settlement. Recommend transportation of cattle by trailers.
The Southeast, they are our brother in the Southwest. We are neighbor. Okay. Southeast is consider one thing. They are all eating cow.
Okay.
They are all eating cow. Everybody is eating cow in Nigeria. Right. They should consider a piece of land across the Southeast for Ruga. The Southeast government should think very well and consider a piece of land in the whole Southeast for Ruga. That peace will reign. Peace will reign. And we have to live one unity and one Nigeria.
I told them long ago that I foresee a situation. One day the Shiites will resign. But when I said it, a lot of people countered me. They said, Buhari has a right to detain anybody. But what is happening now? The Shiites, they have not started. They have not. We're just hearing of Boko Haram. Boko Haram is small. When the Shiite is a fool, they will kill and murder anybody. That's the truth. Look, I keep saying it. You can't be a leader without a thinking cap. We don't have a president who has a thinking cap. First of all, the first thing you ask yourself, what has this guy done to you? You can caution him. He's a leader. Caution him as a president. All right, this your Muslim something. This is how I want you to do it, please, so that it doesn't affect the public. Now, if he now disobeys your order, anything you do is final. But you have not done that. The next you picked him up. Everybody start crying to you. Release this guy. And you are saying, no, I can't release him. Are you God? Who are you? That's my problem. You are not God. People are telling you, release this guy. You say you can't release him. On what ground? Yes, it is true that the leader of the Shiites may not have gotten it well with the way they practice their stunts. But you call him to order. You advise him. This is what I want you to do. This is Nigeria. This I want you to let this thing go. That's all you can tell him. He himself will caution himself. But not when somebody has raised that level to the, okay, fine. They said the Shiites attacked Abuja Who is deceiving who? No, I just ask, who is deceiving who? Can an ordinary man go and attack without the government support? That's the truth. The people that are backing these Shiites are still the governments. So it's like governments fighting against governments.
But the question now is, the issue now is, with the heavy security present at the National Assembly, it's still wondering me how such a number of people or protesters would go into the National Assembly, invade National Assembly and cause that kind of harm.
You see, thank you very much. I said something the other time. Maybe you did not get it. I said governments fighting against governments. Because if these people don't have the backing of governments, they cannot penetrate. Can someone like you go to National Assembly? No. Except something must be backing you up. Except you ride on the back of some top guys. So what happened there is just like government fighting governments. Fighting governments. Because these guys had to ride on the back of some top men in the government. And that was why they were able to penetrate National Assembly. And they took at them attack. You understand? So who is deceiving who in this country? Sometimes I ask this question, who is deceiving who? It is not as if Buhari does not even know the people behind it. He knows them. I mean, this thing is simple. But because these people behind them are Hausas, are Fulanis, he will not do anything. I bet you if he's an Igbo man or Yoruba man, my president will rise up against that. So that's the problem here. He knows that the people that sponsors this guy are Hausas, are Fulanis. There is people. So the only thing he can do is to be looking at them.
Which means the president has been sentimental.
He's been sentimental in all his dealings in this country. I've always been saying it right from time, every day, shouting it, that my president is sentimental. See, one of the things I don't like about this country, do you know that this country sometimes, they make me want to vomit. As in everything about them, even the human being living in this country. Do you know at times, I always see myself as an odd person in this country because they don't think the way I think. I mean, why will you be in a position of authority? Why will you be in a position that you're supposed to help people and you're not doing it? I mean, I can't just imagine me now. You put me to be a president of something and I go there and embezzle money. Am I mad? Am I stupid? I mean, you're for the people.
Now, what next do you perceive if the president or the government fails to release the leader of the Shiites?
More trouble, more fights, more killings. That is just the truth. In fact, Shemina they are attacking with, I don't know what they attacked with, maybe bottle or whatever. But this one, a time will come, the government will not sponsor them with wet weapon. Sponsor them with good weapon. I'm telling you the truth. So what you just saw now is just an iceberg of what is coming. So what I'm trying to tell you is that what Buhari is supposed to do now is to sit down, ask himself, what is the problem? You call the leader of the Shiites. Okay, fine. Sit him down. Tell him, this is my own opinion. This is the reason why I detained you. These are the things you're doing I don't like. Please tell your people. Let them not do it again. And that's all. Simple. Then release the guy. But except my president have a personal grudges against him.
This issue of this country, to me, it has gotten to a situation whereby it's like they are inculcate fear in people. At the same time, they are employing people to fight at any fucking time. Because when we are talking of insecurity, if a nation like this, a big country like Nigeria, cannot defend their self-owned place, which is Abuja National Assembly. So definitely other people outside here, we should be trembling because it can happen at any fucking time and nothing will happen. Fine, we have been hearing other people saying, okay, when a masses commit offense, especially a well-to-do child commit offense, they will overlook it. But when a poor person commit offense, the poor person we suffer the offense. Yes, we talk that is injustice, or we talk that is insecurity, because the father of that, the poor person, doesn't have money. But what is happening now, according to what just happened in National Assembly, is very, very bad, which is a very, very bad for our country. Because if they cannot secure that place to be safety, so definitely if any war is coming to the country, nobody is safe. Because, and the fault is from our head. And because I don't think they want to say that they don't know who and who that is doing all these things. Or they want to say that there is no mobile or there is no defense in this country.
So it's been said that the president of this country doesn't respect the rule of law. Don't you think it's now time for the president to start reasoning in this direction?
Yeah. Because it is getting out of hand. So I think if Mr. President don't take up now and take action, I think things will be more worse than this.
And don't you think it's better for him to release the leader of the Shiites?
Yeah, he's supposed to release him. Because if the majority carry the votes, everybody is seeking for his release. And Mr. President insisted not to release. And this is what caused a lot of injury and the death of people. And the best way is to, this is solidarity. The best way is to let him out. Then if there is any sanction, then it should be talked after that.
Completely, because if you look at what is happening in this country, this is the only country in this part of the world that does not, respect rule of law. Everybody wants to do everything the way they want to do it. Killing is no longer in use in Nigeria. They seem to enjoy killing innocent people. They seem to enjoy causing, havoc in every department of this country. Because if you look at the protests and look at the way National Assembly is no longer have the kind of respect they need to have. Imagine a set of people gathering themselves and invade that particular arm of government. You understand? And nothing is going to be done about it. Watch out now, from now till next week, this particular news now will be swept under the carpet. Nobody is going to take appropriate action against it. Because by the time you deal with those who are involved in this, nobody will try it next time. But what you have in this country is that nobody wants to look at the situation from the root of it. Because by the time you tackle, you say corruption, what exactly are we talking about? How many have been prosecuted? How many have been jailed in this same case of fight of corruption? Today you hear somebody, was detained, investigated, questioned about one particular, corrupt cases or the other. Tomorrow you will not hear about it again. So the problem of this country is that we should ensure that if you commit offense, you understand, that you're supposed to go for it. Either jailing or whatever, but commit offense, let that person be prosecuted and be jailed. So that we stop having this issue of killing today, killing tomorrow, because it's getting out of hand. And if anybody is keeping quiet, like all of them are keeping quiet now, let me tell you something. This country may not be Nigeria again. Because by the time you have issues from every quarter, they are killing from the north, they are killing from the south, they are killing from... Nobody is going to enjoy traveling again. Somebody like me, I travel almost every part, you understand, because of my business. But now, I am scared of going to the north. If anything happened to me, nobody's going to ask for it. So, and again, one part, Mr. President need to take care of it, this herdsmen of issue. You understand? If you look at it very well, you understand that the last time this particular herdsmen killed people in Plateau State, they even came out to announce that it was a revenge because 300 cows were killed. For you to come out and say that you actually take a human being life because of a cow, are we not in a banana island? This is no longer a country. One, Mr. President did not arrest the man who made that statement. He did not prosecute him. He did not jail him. He did not take care of that action. Everything went down all of a sudden. Now, we are having a country without law. There's no rule of law. That is the point blank. There's no rule of law. We don't ensure that if you commit offense, you go for it. Now, fighting corruption is not what ordinary man on the street want to hear. You and I are not those people corrupt. We are not the ones embezzling the government funds. But we want to hear that, yes, there is security in this country, there is employment in this country, there is So many things, empowerment for the youth. That's what everybody want to hear, not fighting corruption. We are tired of fighting corruption. We want to really get dividends of democracy in this country. So that you and I will enjoy moving around, doing things we need to do. Okay, look at the lights they promise us. We've not been able to have a steady light. What about the roads? In the last 4 years, Lagos Road, we are better. Today, what are you seeing here now? That is the particular government you are talking about. They are not concerned about all this. What they are concerned is that to make sure that they will shun to one particular person, get the money, and what happened to the money? Nobody want to talk about it. So we are all angry about what is happening. The killing, the invading of National Assembly is a shame. It's a show of shame. The international committee are laughing at us. They say, look at them. Why can't we have good leadership for once? Why can't we have good leadership at least for once? That is what we are craving for. That is what we are praying for. That is what we are asking for. Give us good leadership. Unfortunately, you cannot give what you don't have. If you are not a leader, you definitely cannot lead well. Because show me a leader, I will show you a leader that with followers. Because if you don't have anything to offer Nigerians, how can you give us anything to be proud of? So what we are suffering today is not just because they are fighting corruption. No, just because they have already circled themselves. You understand? They want to enjoy themselves. They want to deal with themselves and forget about every other person suffering. So by the time we keep having this thing recycling around every year, every 4 years, every day, let me tell you something. In the next 4 years, now you will see another drama. At the end of the day, we cycle on the streets here and discuss it. Look at what they are discussing here. You know, everybody's angry, everybody's crying. But has the federal government done something about this? Has Mr. President moved in action to stop this mess? He hasn't. We are still waiting to hear whether he will do something, at least to correct this mess once and for all. Deal with these people. They are not beyond law. They are not above the law. They are not beyond human beings. They are just like everybody else. So let everything that we want to do centered on security. Let this country have security for once. When we have security, we are done.
You know, the issue of security is a government job, you know, and I really don't know what the government is doing about the security. There are so many groups that have risen up, you know. We are still handling the Boko Haram, the militants are there, Fulani men is there, you know, Shiites. I really don't know what these Shiite people are all about. I think the last time I heard that they are just a kind of religious sect. But now it's becoming a terrorist group. And yet the government have not even tagged them as a terrorist group.
But do you know their leader is in detention? He has been in detention for a very long time.
Yeah, if he's in detention, then why all this? Who is now leading all this?
Protesting for their leader to be released, and the government has not listened to them.
Okay, is that why they should go to National Assembly? You know, going to National Assembly is going to the highest level of government, attacking the government itself. And if the government keeps quiet, then it means that I don't really understand. You know, I don't really understand if the government keeps quiet that a common set in the country attacks the highest authority. Then there's a problem. The government should do something about it. They should call them to order. They should remove sentiments. They should call them to order. You understand? I know that our president is a Muslim, these are Muslims group, you know, there will be some kind of sentiment, but they should remove sentiment. This is national security. They should remove sentiment.
And this is where we wrap it up on today's edition of Bystanders at Newsstands on Flip TV. Join us next time as we bring you another interesting topic from the newsstand. Behind the camera, Latif Adebwale. In the studio, the editor, Michael Ojo. Till I come your way next time on the same station. Have a good day.